Hi everyone, welcome to True Crime and Tarot. I am Natalie and the case I'm working on today is the Karen Sue Adams case. I have done some research on this case, but there's very little details and research that I could find on this case. Is basically little to nothing. If there's anything I have left out in this research, is because I haven't found that out. Is only what I have researched, and what I'm seeing in this video is what I could find. There may be more that's coming out in the case that I have actually missed. I do apologise for that, and if it is and you know some bits and bobs about this case, can you please comment down below? I'd really appreciate it. So Karen Sue Adams, she was born on January the 10th 1953. She was born in Pennsylvania. She had brown hair, green eyes, and she was 5'4" at the time she disappeared. Her weight was 120 pounds. So Karen worked at a local elementary school as a teacher, like a teacher's substitute or a teacher's aide, just like someone that's learning or helping the teachers. And at a local department store as well as a cashier clerk. She was not married, but she did own a dog to which she was quite very attached to. So Karen enjoyed playing local bingo. She lived in an Independence Township in Pennsylvania, which is very close to the West Virginia border. Karen was last seen at a popular gambling location in Hancock County in West Virginia on the evening of March 11th, 2007. Adams drove her red to maroon four-door 2005 Suzuki Forenza sedan with Pennsylvania license plate ETD 5587 just across the Pennsylvania state line to the Mountaineer Casino, racetrack and resort to play bingo. She was seen there and was known to have left the bingo area around 11 p.m. that evening, possibly headed to a gaming side of the resort to play on the gambling machines, on the slot machines. She was very observed on surveillance video at approximately 3 a.m. on that morning of March the 12th, 2007. She was leaving the gambling complex and she has not been seen nor heard from since. So that time her car has also not been located either. If there's any information concerning this case, then contact your nearby FBI office or your nearest American embassy. The night of her disappearance, she was wearing a green coat, 2 dark coloured shirts, blue jeans and a baseball cap. She wears lightly tinted wire-rimmed glasses and she has her ears pierced also. And the investigating agency, Independence Township Police Department, is 724-378-7774. So that's 374. And this is where I come into it. This is when I started knuckling down to try and do a reading on this case, on the whereabouts of where she is, who was involved in her disappearance, where she is now, and what is the final outcome of this case. So the first question I asked then was, what happened to Karen Sue Adams? And the first card that popped up was the reverse Six of Swords. So there was a lot of hopelessness with a lack of help and stopping in her tracks and standing her ground as to there was conflict and there was a stir of events, you know, a lot of trouble and running away, but there was no way to run. The Strength card was the next one. So there was facing something head on and there was a sense of controlling her emotions in the heat of the moment and standing up to someone and having a lot of bravery and courage in doing so. Reverse Star, so there was a lot of overwhelmness and escaping from abuse and thinking of herself and standing up for herself. Reverse Seven of Cups, there was being very foggy headed, being very clueless and having the sense of being either drugged up or she was sobering up or drunk. The devil card was the next card that came up then, so there was a lot of obsession or addiction going on and being very, very tempted. Four of Wands, there was a winning and there was a lot of money, abundance and prosperity that she came into on that night. Reversed Hangman then, there was someone who was very obsessed and blaming someone, and there is also someone that was hiding something. Nine of Wands, there's a lot of paranoia and conflicts and being very defensive. There's also a bodyguard or a security guard that was on duty, and there's a lot of defensiveness and on the lookout for trouble, and there was a lot of suspicions that was going on. Three of Wands, there was bags that was packed and ready to go, and there was also some good fortune there as well, and the sense of having some freedom. Reverse Death, so there was something about someone from the past that resurfaced that made some refusal that ended in a catastrophic event, and that was very traumatic, and it ended in a near-death experience or in a death. Reverse Wheel of Fortune, there was a lot of struggles that had went on that night. Reverse Fool, there was a lot of recklessness and inappropriate mistakes and bad decisions and frustrations and abandonment and the need to get away. King of Pentacles, there was a very mature male that was very wealthy, that may have had his own business, that was very ambitious, or he could have been a security guard that was a non-gambler, that was very friendly, very supportive, that was involved in this some way. Seven of Pentacles, there was someone who may have been involved in farming or was just in general a hard worker or had some type of large inheritance or was an outdoor worker. There's also some savings that's involved or trust fund that was linked in some way, and there is a near retirement that may be involved for someone also. Hermit card, there's someone who was very lonely, very withdrawn, that may have been involved in wrong people or was on the wrong path in life. Reverse King of Wands, so there was a very immature male who was very ignorant, very rude, that was very forceful and controlling, that was aggressive, and that was involved in some risky business, and that was very hot-tempered, that was involved at this time as well. Ten of Swords, there was a lot of bad mouthing and betrayal and an assault attack and being stabbed to death. Queen of Cups, there's a mature female that is caring, sweet, kind, that's maybe a medium or a psychic that is to be very supportive and is to help in the case. Magician, there's someone who's very strong willpowered, that has a lot of knowledge and ideas, that is gaining mental clarity and is very determined to take action. Reverse Five of Wands, so there's someone who has very hot-headed, doing some teamwork or cooperation and is feeling very intimidated. I then asked who was involved in the disappearance of Karen Sue Adams, and Reverse World was the one that came out. So this male was very jealous and envious of Karen, that had a lot of burdens and challenges and a lot of vulnerability and insecurities. Knight of Swords, there's a male who is very blunt and very honest, very talkative and takes action, that was very obsessive, that may have been involved through education or authority, or there was some type of dispute and risk taking as well. The Tower card, there was a sudden unexpected going on that may have been involved with a loss, a crash, or being stolen, or some type of eviction, and people turned against the other person. Eight of Pentacles, there's someone who was very hard worker with a reputation that's very productive and very dedicated, or they may have been in mentoring or doing some type of training. Five of Cups, there was someone who had regrets and shame and guilt, that was wallowing and may have been in a separation or a divorce at this time. Six of Cups, there's someone of familiarity to Karen, that she knows that she was getting cared for, being very content. Someone from her past that had some type of innocent look about them, that was very young, that either was in school or a nursery or that was involved in some sort of abuse. Where is Karen Sue Adams or her body? Ace of Pentacles. There's some stability and financial security and inheritance or windfall. Also, there's a lot of greenery and bushes and mountains where she may be near. Ace of Wands, there's trees and water also being shown, and there's a new beginning and some stirrings and starting over and taking action. Reverse Four of Cups, there's drugs and being spaced out. Sun, there's success and wealth and gardening and maybe horses and happiness that's there also. Reverse Knight of Cups, there's a male that was a one night stand that is a womanizer, a con man, very manipulative, very calculating, and a commitment phobe that is very obsessed and is a stalker that was very delusional. Reverse Ten of Pentacles, there was a family feud and bankruptcy, a lot of financial disaster and a gambling family money. Knight of Pentacles, there was a very cautious territorial male who was strong and friendly. There was a lot of challenges and standing their ground and being defensive and aggressive. And there's also the sense of being harassed and being caught off guard. Queen of Pentacles, there is a female that is very wealthy, fine living and sensible with security and with goals, that takes no nonsense and is a very nurturing and kind person that may be a working parent, so this may be showing up as Karen. Eight of Wands, there was someone that is well matched and that is travelling over the water, and there is some romance that was coming in. Reverse Five of Pentacles, there's to be a light at the end of the tunnel where your health is either getting better or worse, and there is paying off debts also. What is the final outcome of Karen Sue Adams' case? King of Swords. There's a mature male authoritative figure that is to seek the truth and to seek justice in legal matters through the case. Reverse Queen of Wands. There's a female that can be very temperamental and controlling and malicious, that is a troublemaker, that is to be involved in some way. Reverse Nine of Pentacles. There is to be success, better than expected, with contentment and something to do with a property, a land or a countryside. And then the last one then is the Reverse Four Swords. There's to be someone that's getting out of jail and some type of slow recovery. So that is the reading that I could do on this case. There is also a little research that I have done in the beginning of this video. I couldn't find anything else out. I couldn't find nothing. But if there is something that any of you know about this case that you're willing to share and comment in the comment box, that's not a problem. I really appreciate it. So until next time with new cases, I'll see you again soon. Bye.